Ladies and gentlemen, you have to think. That's what we're going to be talking about on this video today. Hey, my name is Rob Moore, award-winning author, leadership expert, and founder of therobmoore.com. And if you don't already know what I do, I help people show up, step out, and shine so they can become leaders who shine. And my mission is to inspire, motivate, and empower millions of people just like you to amplify their performance and reach their full potential no matter where they are or what they do to create more leaders in the world. And the reason why I want to talk about thinking is because this is a conversation that I've had with my son a lot lately. Because me as a father, I have a responsibility to him to teach him, coach him, and train him, to be able to go out on his own when he graduates from high school. And he's a kid. Right now he's 14, going on 15. Great kid, smart kid. He has a lot to learn. But he knows a lot too. And sometimes I see opportunities come up where he doesn't think as much as he could possibly think. So this is why I was inspired to really shoot this video about the importance of thinking. You see, folks, what most people don't understand, and I didn't understand this for a very long time. Right now, we have inside of our heads, we have a brain. Within our bodies, our entire body, every cell of our body, we have a mind. And this mind, this brain that we have, is more powerful than the most powerful computer on the planet. So I want you to think about the most powerful computer that you can think of in the entire world. Your brain, your mind is hundreds and thousands and trillions of times more powerful than the most powerful computer that's on the planet today. Look at your iPod. Look at your cell phone. Your brain, your mind is more powerful than that. It doesn't even come close. Look at some of the most complex pieces of technology out in the world. Think of the most complex ideas. Your brain, your mind is way more powerful than any of those things. It doesn't even come close. There's no contest. And each and every single person on this planet has the same amount of power. We all have a brain. We all have a mind. And we all have the same amount of brain power, mind power. We all have the exact same amount of power. But the problem that most of us run into is that when we're born into this world, we're given all this power, but we have no owner's manual. There's no operations manual that comes with you when you come into this existence that teaches you how to operate it. So most of us are walking around with this powerful computer inside of our bodies, and we're not even using it. We do not even use it. And I just love that analogy because it's so true. It is so true. And like my son, he has some challenges that he goes through. But we all go through challenges. It's nothing new. Every single person on this planet, we have all gone through challenges. We've all had difficulties. We've all made mistakes. We've all had disappointments. We've all had worries. We've all fell flat on our face. Every single one of us. But what most of us don't understand is that we can consistently break through any obstacle, anything. We can accomplish anything if we just tap into this power that we all have. So it all starts with thinking, because this is really what separates all of us. If every single person on the planet all has the same brain, the same mind power, the same amount of power, why is it that some people are poor? Why is it said that some people are like on the street, eating out of garbage cans, don't have no home to go to? And why is it that some of us are wealthier than our wildest dreams? Why is it that some of us can do whatever we want to do whenever we want to do it? Why is it that all of us have such different lives? And it all starts with the thoughts that we think. That's really what separates each and every one of us. I think I briefly talked about this on a previous video, but what really separates us, really, it all starts with our thoughts. And you have to think. You have to think. Let me give you a great example, with my son that we talk about. Most of the time, my son does really, really well in school. Once in a while, once in a blue moon, he would score pretty low on a test or fail a test. And I would ask him, I was like, yo, what happened here? Why'd you fail this test? And his first reaction is, I don't know. And I'm like, don't tell me you don't know. You know exactly why you didn't, score as high as you normally would on that test. And this is what comes into what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. You have to think. Think. If you think, all the answers will come to you. Zion, the reason why you didn't do well on the test is, number one, did you study? No, you did not study. But it goes back even further than that. You go to school. Every day you come into the classroom. Your teacher teaches you a lesson. Like let's say today you go into class and you learn a brand new lesson. Your teacher is teaching it to you. So as he or she is teaching this material to you, you're going to start to absorb this material. And you're either going to get it or you're not going to get it. So if you're not getting it, you already know that there's an opportunity to make some adjustments. Meaning that maybe you need to start asking questions. Or maybe you need to do some practice problems. Or maybe you need to see another example. So after that, homework is usually assigned based on the new material that was taught in class. So already as you're learning the material, you have a comfort level. You have a feeling. You have a thought of how you're absorbing this material and how you're doing with it. You'll know if you're doing well and you're not doing well. Same thing when you do the homework. You do the homework. And you know if you're having problems with it, or you know that it's easy. And then you bring that homework back to your teacher. Your teacher corrects that homework. And then you know if you got it right or you got it wrong. So if you're not getting the material in class when it's being taught, you already know that there's some things that you have to do to make sure that you get there so that you're ready for a test. Same thing with the homework. You know, based on how you're doing on the homework, you know how you're doing. So by the time you get to a quiz or you get to a test, you're going to know. You're going to have a feeling on how you're going to do. So there's really no excuse. If you really think about what I'm talking about here, there's really no excuse to ever score poorly on a test. Because it all comes down to, you have to think. You have to think. All right, I'm learning a brand new subject. Teacher's teaching it to me. I'm not getting it. I have to ask questions. Get all your questions answered. Do some example problems. All right, I'm doing these example problems. Am I getting them correct? Yes, I'm getting them correct. Or no, I'm not getting them correct. Or maybe I'm getting them half correct. You got to keep asking questions, getting all your questions answered. You got to keep practicing over and over and over again. Right? Maybe you have to come back after school or come into school early or give up some of your lunch break to go talk to your teacher to get that extra help that you need in order to get your understanding of that material where it needs to be in order to do well on a test. And then same thing with the homework. You know, you're doing the homework. When you're doing homework, you have a feeling if you understand the material or not. And you also know if you understand the material based on when you bring it back to school and you're going over it with your teacher, or your teacher is correcting that homework, and you're getting it either right or you're getting it wrong, or you're making some simple mistakes here and there. So all of this stuff that's going on, if you have to think like, all right, this is how I'm doing. What am I going to do to get past this obstacle? All right, I ran into this obstacle. What am I going to do to make sure this doesn't happen again? You have to think. 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 And if you do that consistently enough, hard enough, when the time comes for a pop quiz, or a quiz that you know is coming, or a test, it's no surprise. And you should do well because you learn the material. And when you ran into obstacles, you did something about it. Instead of doing what most people do, where they just go through the motions and then they wonder why they're not doing well on a test. Same thing in life. Same thing in life. You know, I can point out example upon example, and I do this with my son all the time. Everything is a teaching. Everything is a coaching. Everything is a learning experience. There's so much stuff going on in the world that we can learn from. And one of the things that I see is basically people just don't think. They just go through the motions on autopilot every day. They just live on automatic. And when you ask them why they do certain things, they don't know. They don't understand. They don't even think. They just do the same thing every day, day in, day out, and they're getting a certain result from that. And they look at the result and they don't like the result. And instead of thinking and making some changes in their life, because if you want something different, you have to do something different. Instead, they just go through the motions and they have this thought. Back to thoughts. This thought that this is how life is supposed to be. Or these are the results that I'm supposed to have. Or this is just who I am. They just accept what happens every day instead of making some conscious changes and making some new decisions so that they can actually create the results that they want. But folks, ladies and gentlemen, in order for those things to happen, you have to think. It all starts with thoughts, but you have to think. Most people don't think. And whatever most people do, most likely it's not good for you. So if most people are not thinking, you want to be thinking. All right? So this just goes for anything in life. Anything. You know, if you want to have a better career, if you want to be more successful, if you want to be more happier, if you want a better relationship, if you want to go on a vacation, if you want to achieve your dreams, whatever it is that you want to do, it is possible. You can do it. You can do all things. Do all things with the help of God, through the power of your subconscious mind. You can do all things. But you have to start to think. You have to start to evaluate. You know, I had a conversation with a friend of mine from work a couple weeks ago, and I just told her flat out, I was like, yo, I'm a thinker. I am always thinking. I'm always trying to figure things out. I'm always trying to think about how I can make things better for myself. I'm a thinker. You want to become a thinker too. Because wherever you are in your life right now is a result of your past thinking. And if you want to go to a different destination, or you want to take things to a whole nother level, that's what I want to do. I want to always look for ways to take things to a whole nother level. You're going to have to do some different type of thinking in order for that to happen. So that's my message for today. I'm going to leave it at that. You have to think. If things aren't working for you, or things are not going the way that you want them to go, you have to think. And when you think, that powerful mind that's inside every cell of your body, when you think, that brain that's inside of your head is going to help you figure things out and help you get to where you want to go. It may not happen today. It may not happen overnight. It may not even happen a month from now. It may not even happen a year from now. But the more you think, the harder you think, the more you focus, the more you concentrate, the faster and the easier it will become. So that's my message for today. Now, before I cut this video off, this is what I need you to do. There's three things I would like you to do. The first thing I would like you to do is comment and share this video, because believe me, there's somebody out there who's not watching this video right now who needs to hear this message. I don't know who they are, but there's somebody out there. So leave me a comment about what you thought about the video, any questions that you have, anything that you want to say, and share this video with somebody that needs to hear this message, or share it on any social media platform out there, but share this video. The second thing that I want you to do is I want you to go to my website at therobmoore.com, and I want you to enter your email address so that you can have access to every video that I ever put out. So when I make a video, you get it instantly. Anything that I'm doing, you can learn about it. You know, I want to be able to stay in constant contact with you. So whatever questions you have, you can send them to me and I can communicate with you directly. The third thing I would like you to do is, you know what? I want you to click the link below this video. I'm going to put a link below this video to one of the most powerful books that I want you to read. You might have read it already, but chances are you might not have read this book already. But it ties in perfectly with what we talked about on this video. The name of the book is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I want you to click the link at the below this video, and I want you to go invest in yourself by investing in this book, and I want you to read it. The book is Think and Grow Rich. Now, the first thing that might come to you is like, oh, this is all about making money. No, the book is about making money, but you wanna pay attention to what I'm talking about. Think and grow rich. You see, there's a formula in that book that goes into more detail of what I've been talking about, that will really give you what you really need to do in order to make anything that you want happen in your life. It'll help you create any result. So that's what I want you to do. Number one, comment and share this video. Number two, go to my website at therobmoore.com, enter your email address, get on my Show Up, Step Out, and Shine newsletter. And number three, I want you to click the link below this video, and I want you to go invest in yourself and invest in this book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Hey, my name is Rob Moore, reminding you to show up, step out, and shine. Now is your time, so make it shine. Thank you very much, and have a fantastic day.